I have found something that you will only ever experience in Melbourne, and it is utter madness.
Hi guys, my name is John with Depot Adventures, and I am here to tell you about the famous, the dreaded Melbourne hook turn. Every now and again when you're driving in the city center of Melbourne, you'll see an electronic sign like this, or occasionally a non-electronic sign, which is just like that. You see that one there? And that tells you that you have to take a hook turn, like this car is doing right behind me right now. That car is about to take a right turn from the left lane.
What? What? That seems utter madness. I have just found out about this, and this seems just absolutely mental. Now, luckily in Australia, they drive on the correct side of the road, just like us in the UK. Now, it doesn't make sense. If you want to turn left, you're in the left lane. If you want to go right, you're in the right lane. I just don't understand. Now, either Melbourne is the most clever people to do this, or everyone else is really stupid, or Melbourne live in their own little bubble. I don't know. Let's see why they do this.
Even though the light is green, it waits all the way on what you would expect to be the wrong side of the road. And watch as that light goes from green to yellow, and then to red, and then the car will go. Yellow, red, and now let's watch him make his turn.
In a minute, he will.
Hook turn all the way across the intersection, like so, and that's how it's done. This is one of those rare places in the city center where we have hook turns in both directions. The purpose of a hook turn is to make it so that the trams can safely pass through the intersection. And so right here we have a tram line going along this way. This is where the 35 tram goes, as well as the 30 tram. And if we let the cars wait in the middle of the road to wait for their turn, well then the trams would never get to go. They'd be stuck. And so we wait, making this white car here waits through his hook turn. Again, you can see that green light there. And when that green light turns, you'll see he will go the entire way across the intersection. So if you are driving in the city center, watch this. See that car there? It knew it could go.
I found a flaw though, for starters. Only two cars, two vehicles will actually be able to make that turn at every opportunity. So you can, it's not, surely it's, like this is clearly a quiet day. It's not during rush hour. But you can only get two cars because obviously as soon as the light goes red behind, no cars are coming through and only the two that are in front. Now, I appreciate that they have trams, great. Trams should ideally get priority anyway. But what you could just do instead, and this would mean that trams aren't held up, is you just wouldn't have cars going over the line. I just
straight because that white car
doesn't make sense.
And now the white car and the car behind it is moving across. This means that yes, you can only fit about 3 or 4 cars in the intersection for a hook turn. It is not the most efficient way for a car to make a turn. But you know what's great about it? People on that tram can safely make their way through their intersection in a more expedient way. That is the entire idea of a hook turn. I hope this has been helpful. So just to recap one more time, if you're driving in the city center and you see a symbol like that right there, that is the universal hook turn symbol. If this is intimidating for you, I would recommend that you wait. And instead of taking the right turn, just take 3 left turns. Watch some other cars do what this car is doing right here, the car behind it, and only when you're ready should you take the hook turn. There are people here in the Melbourne city center who will not take hook turns because they're just too confusing. I myself, as an immigrant to Australia, had to learn how to do hook turns, and I have to be honest, once you get comfortable with it, it's not that hard. It's actually kind of nice to just be able to wait in the intersection.
What? Who has ever said that? Who has ever been driving and thought, actually, I don't mind being stuck in this traffic. I don't mind being stuck at this light. Said no one ever. This guy is an anomaly for starters because no one has ever said that.
And so again, these are famous in Melbourne, these hook turns, and it's something that is only here because we have these trams. That is the oldest continuously operating tram network in the world, operating here. And as the light turns green for this tram, it will know that it can safely pass through thanks to these hook turns. Guys, my name is John. I am a walking tour guide here in Melbourne, and we do walking tours for...
All right, we get it. Lovely. Thanks, John, for the information. Thank you so much. First of all, I do love that there's trams. Trams are brilliant. It's such a clean way of travelling around, and normally quite cheap to travel around. You jump off and on, and we don't really have many in the UK. I'm sure we have some, but we don't have many. But I don't see how this is practical, especially in like a busy time. Would it not be better just to have more lights to say, so you have, like we have them where, you know, you've got two lights, a red, amber and green, and the one on the right is to go right, and you guys must have that. You know, when it's safe to turn right, it goes green. And there may be separate ones for the trams, maybe separate traffic lights for the trams. I don't understand. I don't think it'll be too difficult to actually do. It's not that difficult, is it? You just pull into left lane, and when the lights go, you go. So I don't think it's scary. But I'm glad I found out about this, because this will probably be something that I have to experience. As when we do come to Australia, we will be in September. We will be driving, I think, because we're going along the Great Ocean Road. So we will have some sort of car interaction in Melbourne. Why though why is Melbourne the only place to have this system? Other countries have trams. So as I said at the start, it is either that Melbourne have got it right and the rest of the world have got it wrong, or vice versa, and Melbourne are just almost a bit too they don't want to change something that has existed for a while, and a little bit pride maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. How do you guys get on with this? If you're in Melbourne, how do you find doing the right hook turn? Do you do what he does and just go left and left again and then straight across? Because I assume that the system is in, what do you call it? In like blocks? I can't remember what you call it. Anyway, you know what I mean. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad I found out about this. It will keep me safe when driving in Melbourne. Thank you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.